Hello, Pimax. Okay, so we're going to install PiTool version 2.8.0 on a completely fresh Windows installation. It does have SteamVR installed, and it has the most recent versions of the NVIDIA driver, but this will be a fresh installation of PiTool. Go to Downloads. Here we've got PiTool set up to C 1.0.1.280. In all the defaults. Okay, we'll have it launch PiTool. It does detect that the headset is connected on the USB, but I'm unable to get past this DP cable unconnected screen or get it to initialize in any other way. So the error code is 20300. I've tried, all the options to start restarting the service, rebooting the HMD, rebooting the computer. If we go into the help, diagnose, it does have this warning about the missing VC components. I've clicked on this link to do the VC repair and run through the installation. That seems to have quite a few VC components. If I run through this, just accepting the defaults. Okay, and then we'll reboot just to be sure, but in the past, this has not resolved the problem. So I have 4 Pimax headsets, an original 5K Plus, the later 5K Plus that does the 140 hertz, an original 8KX, and a DMAS 8KX, the newest one. I get the exact same behavior with all 4 headsets in this configuration. Run PiTool again. The same behavior. So going through the guide doesn't seem to make any difference. I cannot get past this DP cable unconnected screen or get it to initialize any of the 4 headsets. We just did the VC repair, but if we do the diagnose again, it usually shows is that still an issue. So I don't know if there's other VC components that I need to install. If we run the DFU tool just to see if it connects to the headset, we're not going to flash anything, but if we just run, so program files, Pimax, runtime, DFU. So it does see the headset's connected. This is its serial number. That's the firmware that it has. These are the settings that we see. The PiTool version 2.8.0. So this is on a completely fresh Windows installation. I don't see anything in the device manager that looks like it's missing drivers or having issues. If I do the Windows update, other than this new version of 22H2, everything is up to date. There's no optional drivers to install or system updates. if we look at what the computer's running, this is the build information. Right now it's 21H2. This is the OS build. The graphics card is a Zotac 3090. And I've tried all the HDMI or all the DisplayPort physical connections. Nothing seems to make a difference. But if we reboot this computer into the system image that I use all the time, then the same hardware configuration does work. So it really seems like it is something about the PiTool installation that's the failure point. So if we go in here to the BIOS, change the boot option so that it goes to this hard drive instead, this is the system that I run all the time. And it does work. So the same graphics card, the same computer, the same processor, same everything, except it's a older Windows installation, but it is running the same build. And this system works. But this is a system that I use for sim racing as an esport, so I really don't want to mess with the configuration too much if I don't have to. So that's why I installed the second hard drive and put a fresh installation of Windows there. And that's where I want to do experiments, but I can't get the PiTool to initialize the headset. So here we are on the same computer, but this is a different installation of Windows. So on this computer, we run PiTool. And it works. So the headset comes up. It does this funny thing where it says it's not tracked. And in my experience, I need to sort of hide it or shine it away from the lighthouse to get it to initialize the tracking. But once it does that, it's fine. The headset initializes. Here we see the settings, 280. This is the firmware. If we do run Steam VR, it works. We can see in the preview that the tracking and everything is working. Video in the headset looks fine. Everything seems good to go. So this is the same operating system version. Let's just confirm that if we open up properties on the PC. So it's the same 21H2. This is the same OS build. It is interesting in this installation, though, if we look at the help diagnose, it shows that everything is okay. So somehow I do have the VC components satisfied in this installation. That's the only thing that I can see practically that's different. If we reboot back to the other computer, it's the same computer, but back to the other hard drive. Change the boot option, back to the new installation. PiTool again. Same behavior. It sees it on the USB, but I cannot get the display port to connect. Let me go physically change the display port. Changed the plug. It's physically connected to a different output, but that doesn't, or it has not so far ever resolved the issue before. We exit PiTool. Try it again. Same behavior. Can't get the headset to initialize on DisplayPort. So the only thing I see that is different is the VC components on this computer. Still says it's missing, even though I've gone through the repair installation. I have tried that a few times previously, and that doesn't seem to make a difference. So I'm going to export a log and include that to the trouble ticket. But let me know if there's any other information I can provide as far as like the DirectX logs and system info and stuff like that. But I'm sure we can get it to work. This physical computer does work in the other Windows installation. So it's got to be just some detail that either I'm missing or that gets misinstalled in this version of Windows or something. So anyway, thank you.